In this video I will tell you how you can use the histogram to your advantage to get the right exposure. Hi, I am Peter Forsgård, an Olympus Visionary from Helsinki, Finland. Do not rely on the LCD or the viewfinder to determine the right exposure. Not even the light meter in your camera is the one to trust. Using the histogram is the right way. It's a very powerful tool to determine the right exposure. In mirrorless cameras you can set the info on the LCD and the viewfinder so that you see the histogram before you even make the image. In Olympus cameras you can find it in the Info Settings menu. From the LV info choose for example Custom 1 and choose the histogram to be active. Now you can toggle the info you see in the viewfinder and the LCD with the info button on your Olympus. There is a link in the description of this video where you can find info where to find it in your own Olympus camera. In this example I have a elastolite target and it shows the logic of histogram very well. The scene has only 3 shades of grey: white, mid-grey and black. As you can see, histogram only has 3 mountains, one on the left, one on the middle and one on the right, and nothing between. On the right side are the highlight values, and in this case the white part of the target, of course. In the middle is the grey, and in the left are the blacks. The histogram looks different on every scene, so there is no right histogram. The image is correctly exposed according to the camera's light meter. You can see the plus 0.0 on the LCD. When I increase the light to the scene, you can see the histogram moving to the right. There will be more info in the highlights when I lighten up the scene. I have not touched the camera's exposure values. The camera is in the manual mode. Now I am dimming the light. You can see how the histogram starts to move to the left when the image gets darker. Now there is more dark areas in the scene. How can all this help to determine the right exposure? Always make sure that the histogram does not cross the lines on the left or the right. Of course, there are exceptions when this is possible. For example, if you have the sun or any other bright light in your picture, or you want to make the blacks totally black in camera. The more there is room on the right on the histogram, the more the image is underexposed, and in most cases we do not want that. Increase the exposure in post will introduce noise and you are losing image quality. To get the most details in your photo, always try to expose to the right, so that the histogram is as right as possible without crossing the line on the right. The photo might look very bright, but it's always possible to darken the image in post without losing any quality in the image. With Olympus cameras there is actually even a better way exposing your images correctly. I made a video about that, so be sure to watch that video after you have subscribed to my channel. There is more to come. This was the first episode of my tutorials using Olympus. Thanks for watching and bye for now.